So, if you've been keeping up with the animated storytelling scene on YouTube, there's a good chance you've heard of a new rising star named lodaluk. He came out of nowhere 3 months ago and has already amassed over 60,000 subscribers. Jesus Christ. He's known for his insanely unique art style and casual fun stories. I was lucky enough to score a little podcast/interview session with him. Don't ask how. I'll preface by saying I simply ask questions, and whatever his answers were do not reflect my own views. Let's just keep everything lighthearted here. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm alright. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You're sounding quite tired. Is everything alright on your end?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're
I'm
good?
alright.
You're alright?
Yeah, I'm good.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm fantastic.
Amazing. That's what we like to hear. I well, appreciate you for being here, man. My name is Randers, and you're lodaluk, right? That's how you say it?
No, it's lodaluk. It's lodaluk, actually.
Lodaluk.
Actually, you pronounce it lodaluk, actually. That's how you pronounce it.
Lodaluk.
Actually, I don't know how you pronounce it. How do you pronounce his name? I don't know how you do it. How do you pronounce his name? I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I can't
figure it out.
I don't fucking
Is it
know.
lodaluk, maybe? Is it lodaluk, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, what's up? No, it's a lot of luck, yeah.
Alright, sweet. Glad you're here. You just want to get straight into the questions? You want to say anything before we get started?
No, I'm good.
Alright, sweet. I guess to start off, pretty heavy, fitting for the intro. You mentioned in pretty much every single one of your videos that you're an eccentric genius better than most people. What exactly makes you feel that way? Is it like related to your work ethic, your personal beliefs, or do you think you have like a wider understanding of the world that other people lack? Like, where's this coming from?
I think it's everything. It's literally every single thing I do. Like, literally every single thing that I do ever.
Like, every single aspect that a human...
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
wow.
Yes, literally. And also, it's like another thing. It's like, you know, you asked for, like, specifics. I'm just like, you know, like, I've thought this way my entire life, like, ever since I was, like, a little baby, because I was just always ahead of everybody else at all times. So, like, I don't know how to explain it specifically. it's just kind of the way I was born, I guess.
Interesting. So it's just been this way since birth, nothing else to it. It's just...
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I mean, there's like a bunch of reasons why, probably, like, you know, like I had good parents and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like they were feeding me well and everything like that. Like, you know, my mom was kind of into like a lot of health things, so she wasn't like feeding me off like Lunchables and stuff like that. So I think I think I had like an advantage over other people to begin with, because I wasn't being fed like, you know, like how like moms like do that thing where like they like serve things in glass. Did your mom do that?
In glass? What the fuck are you talking about? What?
Because, you know, microplastics. You know about how like moms have been on that. They've been on that stuff for like the longest time.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Did your mom do the same thing when you were a baby?
I don't think it was glass per se. Maybe
I don't know. You should ask her about it, honestly.
I probably should.
Because, you know, yeah. No, because my mom was very big into all of that stuff. So, like, yeah, no, I wasn't being fed, like, Lunchables and Danimals and, like, ice cream every single day. Well, not really ice cream, just, like, you know, McDonald's every single day. I wasn't being fed any of that stuff. I think that might have a reason to do with it. I think also genetics is another reason, and I also think I just have a lot of luck, so, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you see where... Yeah, basically.
Interesting. So, I guess the secret to success is glass plates and whatnot.
Yeah, that's just... No, but that's just, like, one thing. You know, it's not just, like, the microplastics. It's, like, the kind of food that you eat, too, when you're a baby and everything.
Okay, so then give
us
some
obviously
ideas.
Obviously being... What do you... I don't know. It's like a lot of, you know, like things like Whole Foods, like those kinds of stores and everything.
Yeah.
Like those health food stores. Yeah, my parents were buying from a lot of that because my mom.
Nice.
Because my mom's always been in on that stuff. So, you know.
Nice, sweet. That's what's up.
Yeah, I know. And you know, the thing is that like that's like a big thing now. Like nowadays, that's like a big thing. Like microplastics and corn syrup and like Red 40 and all that stuff. Like everybody knows about that stuff now. People did not know about that People did not know about that stuff like 17 years ago, 18 years ago. They didn't know about any of that stuff. And even me at one point, like in like middle school, I was like really like upset about that because I was like, I want to eat McDonald's every single day. I want to do this. Why won't you let me do that? Why won't you let me do that? But you know, now I'm just like, now I can eat McDonald's every day. I'm just like, dude, this is so bad. This is so bad. I'm gonna become like everybody else. I can't let that happen. Yeah, I know it is. I know it's pretty awful to be sedated all the time by everything. I know it's pretty terrible. Yeah.
Okay, moving more into the content of your videos. In your reading comments video, you suggested that you don't actually like making the current content you do. You even go on to say that your art style is unfavorable, comparing it to Roblox.
Yeah.
So if you truly do hate your content and are only using it to leverage an audience, what is the plan here? Like, what are you trying to do with content creation? Why are you making these videos? And how are you going to maintain that following once you do something new?
I just want money. That's kind of it.
Oh, really? Just
yeah,
money.
I just want money. Yeah.
Spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously, like, I just knew it would do well. Like, I knew it would do 100%. Like, I knew it would grow as fast as it did because, you know, like, I have like an actual personality and everything, and I have like a style that like, you know, captures eyes and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, like I was a YouTube baby, obviously. I don't know if that's obvious, but like, I'm sure there's a lot of people my age who were like YouTube babies who were watching YouTube their entire lives and everything.
Can you define for the people that don't know what exactly a YouTube baby is?
I was raised off YouTube. I watched a lot of YouTube as a kid.
Okay, I got you.
That's the reason why I can make these videos basically in my fucking sleep. Like I can literally like shit out a video every single week because it's just the same exact thing that everybody's been making. Everybody's been making on YouTube, especially the story time animation aspect. It's just the same shit that everyone's been making for years and years and years, except I added something new to it. So it's just like, because, you know, I'm like, I actually have a personality because, you know, storytime YouTubers are infamous for not having a personality at all. Yeah, so of course that put me ahead of everybody else. And also is the fact that like my art style is just like so much more unique than everything else. That like, you know, it's either like marshmallow characters or stick figure animators. And then you see me and it's just like, it looks like a fucking Da Vinci piece in comparison. So of course it did well. Of course it does so well. And of course it's like an easy way to make money. So I was like, yeah, no, why wouldn't I do that?
Speaking of your art style, do you like want to get into like how you exactly like make the visuals happen, or is that just like a trade secret?
I mean, it's obviously like 3D. It's just like 3D animation, obviously.
It's like Blender animation, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I see some comments sometimes. They say like, "Is this stop motion or is this real?" Like they can't tell or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible. It looks like every video I make looks like a fucking video game.
Yeah, for sure. And man, speaking of YouTube, you're talking about how you're doing these storytime videos. You're adding something new. It's fair to say that you have like a decent understanding of the platform.
More or less. I mean, yeah, but like in actuality, like it's like nothing new at all. Okay, it's just the same slop that everyone makes on YouTube.
For
the exact same thing.
For sure. And you've even gone as far as to like manipulate your titles and thumbnails long after your videos have dropped to like maximize your exposure. At least that's what I believe is happening. Is this a technique you've picked up with experience, or have you known about this for like a while? Like,
no, dude, there's a thing on YouTube now called A/B test thumbnails or something, and everybody on the site has it. You know, I see comments about that too. Like people are like, "Oh my god, he changed the bro. He really thought we wouldn't notice he changed the thumbnail." Like I changed it's because it's a test. It's a test. I'm not actively changing the thumbnail every single day.
Yeah,
it's an A/B test thumbnail. Like YouTube allows you to put like 3 thumbnails and then test them to see which one does well. It's a good feature. It's an actual good feature.
Sweet.
But I'm not the one like actively like, okay, now I'm gonna change this one, and now I'm gonna change this one, and now I mean I guess like it makes sense. Like, you know, YouTubers don't really talk about it, especially because it's like such a new feature nowadays. But like yeah, no, it's just like, you know, it's just like the tools that YouTube gives.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully
they need to do the same thing. They need to do the same thing for titles because they don't do the same thing for titles. Yeah, they need to do that.
Okay, well, hopefully that'll shut up all the people that keep asking about it.
No, it's not going to. None of this is gonna stop anything from happening.
Unfortunately, you're probably right. I guess speaking on YouTube and all these features and stuff, for anyone that's interested in like picking up YouTube, maybe it's like a hobby or potentially even a career, do you have like any like key tips, maybe like 5 that you'd give to people getting into it, like what they would be, and if you could explain them in detail?
I mean, one is don't have a personality. That's one. Don't have a personality. I don't know. 5 tips. Yeah, don't have a personality because that's like the number one thing that everyone doesn't do. Don't have a personality. I really don't know. I guess like just like do something that works. Do something that's proven to work before, and like do it with high enough quality. And by quality, like quality is subjective. Like I think like nothing on YouTube is quality. Nothing on YouTube is quality, but like, you know,
really?
just do it in a way where it's quality for YouTube standards, I'd say.
Okay.
Do it in a way that's quality for YouTube standards. Don't have a personality because then like you're gonna alienate people. or maybe you could have a personality, but like that like gets you into that goes into some hot water,
How's that work?
Because you're not a robot. If you're like actually have like opinions, if you're a robot, then like you like get 1 million subscribers and like you like get really successful really fast or something. And you're like, no, I think the mindset more is the fact that like, if you don't have a personality, your longevity is able to like last longer or something. So like, a lot of YouTubers, like, they don't like having a personality.
So would you consider like people getting into YouTube to not really focus on their personality as much?
I mean, you could. It's definitely like there's people that are like that are YouTubers that are successful off that 100%. But like, a lot of long-term YouTubers, like YouTubers that last like 7 or 8 years, they usually don't have a personality for that exact reason, because they want to appeal to the mass like broad audience as possible, the broadest audience possible.
Would you possibly be willing to name drop some of those people, or?
I mean, dude, it's just like everybody. Like even Mr. Beast was like famous for like talking about that forever. Like he has said on record like multiple times that like he thinks personality is a curse and all that stuff. I think he's like leaning more into it nowadays, but like still, like, what personality traits does Mr. Beast have in his videos? It's nothing.
Interesting. Okay, I guess
he gives away money and he like yells a lot. Like that's his personality traits.
Okay, well, speaking of personality, I guess this is the best time to get into this question. I don't think it's like any secret to anyone that you can get pretty animated in your own videos, and it sparked a lot of conversation in your comments about whether the person in your videos is your authentic self or a character that you put on for the channel. So what is it? Are you playing a character, or is that really you?
Oh no, of course I'm playing a character 100%. No, guys, I'm totally playing a character 100%.
Really?
No,
okay.
I think just like all of you secretly. No, like secretly, like behind the scenes, I think exactly like all of you. Of course, we're all the same person, of course, right? Everybody's the exact same person, right? No, it's totally a character, 100%.
Oh yeah, that's a very satisfying answer that I'm sure will make everyone shut up about this forever and never ask it again.
Yeah.
Okay. To add to that, because you were talking about the YouTuber personality disposition, what are your thoughts on like the genuine personality balance that a creator can maintain? I know you mentioned that not having a personality can really make you like succeed a lot more than with one, but just from a more satisfying like content creation perspective, do you think there's like a favorable ratio of being genuine versus playing a character, or should people just commit themselves to one or the other?
They should commit themselves to whatever makes the most money, which is what they all do.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
I think yeah, definitely. But I'm like in like because there's like a bunch of like different kinds of YouTubers and everything. Like there's like YouTubers that like that are completely not personality driven, but then the ones that are personality driven, like you said, like most people are like playing a character and everything. So it's just like they just like feed into the character. So it's like, how would the character respond? Then they respond as the character and everything. So I guess like I said, it like depends. But like for most long-term YouTubers, they'll just say whatever like makes them the most money.
Damn. Yeah, I guess I never thought of it like that.
I mean, I thought it was obvious, but I guess like not everyone's as smart as me or something.
Oh, totally, man. One day I aspire to be at your level.
Yeah. You can try. Yeah,
I'll try. All right. In your weed video, you said something that really caught my eye. You said you perceive social media as a toy which isn't good for you and doesn't spark creativity. I think most people can get behind the sentiment that social media in excess isn't good. But I'm curious if you could dive deeper into why you believe social media doesn't spark creativity into people. Is it something like you don't really have any YouTubers that influenced you over the years? Or do you just think like inspiration is often offset by entertainment? Like, where does that exactly come from?
Well, first of all, like none of my videos are like inspired by anything, so.
Really? You don't have like, you would say you don't have any like YouTuber inspiration at all?
I think I do, but it's just like things I internalized by watching YouTube my entire life as like a kid.
Yeah.
Like, obviously like, people like I Hate Everything. Obviously, like 2016 YouTube, I obviously watched a lot of 2016 YouTube when I was a kid, and like especially like people like I Hate Everything and like iDubbbz and like those kinds of people. Yeah, I know. So like my personality is just kind of like it just happens naturally. Like the way I talk, I can talk like a YouTuber completely normally and everything because like it's just like so internalized. But like actual like inspirations, like things I'm thinking about, no. Like that's one reason why it's so easy for me to make these videos, because I can just like do it in my sleep, essentially. So no, like and there's no inspiration, like actual inspiration or anything.
So there's no inspiration at all, even outside of YouTube. This is all just like off the dome.
Yeah, completely, 100%. But also, like you talk about how social media doesn't like spark creativity. I don't think it like sparks anything. I think like social media should be wiped off the planet. I think it's the worst thing that was ever created, ever. Like I think it's literally the worst thing that was ever created,
including YouTube and.
Yes, okay. Including YouTube. YouTube is a giant part. YouTube is a fucking gigantic part. YouTube is one of the worst things that has ever been created. I mean, I think it's good to profit off of. Which is why I'm doing that. I think people who like are smart enough to figure that out, they're smart enough to figure out about, bro, social media is making us stupid, but they're still like poor and they're like 25 years old. Yeah. And they work minimum wage jobs and stuff like that. I think like people like that like don't do anything and they just complain all day. I think that's stupid. I think that's even worse, honestly, because like you think you're better than everybody else, but like you're just as poor as everybody else. You're on the exact same economic and social status as everybody else. Like who cares? Who cares what you think that? Who cares that you think that you found out that YouTube, like YouTube is a waste of time to watch, and like TikTok is a waste of time, and social media is a waste of time. You know, I used to think that like it was the internet itself that was like the worst invention of all time or something like that. I think it really is just social media.
Really? So without YouTube, what would you be doing now then?
Without YouTube, I mean, without YouTube, I would be in like a different time period then. Like think about it like that. Like what am I in, like the 90s or something, or the 80s or 90s or something?
Whatever you want.
Yeah, no, if I was in the 90s, which is actually something that I think was pretty cool. You know, there was actually you know, there was a chance for like indie filmmakers in the 90s to actually get their foot in the door nowadays. Nowadays, it's like the same thing, except nobody watches movies anymore. People watch social media. So no money. There is no money in movies. There's no money in movies in Hollywood anymore. Hollywood is dead. It's completely dead.
Interesting. So if there was money in filmmaking and you still could get your foot in the door, would filmmaking be something you would be interested in?
I don't know, because Hollywood is kind of just like boring, and like they don't make good stuff anyways. Like they haven't made anything good in like 15 years. Like no, like literally, I think like the downfall of society happened like right after Breaking Bad ended, and I don't think that's a coincidence at all.
Really? So you would say Breaking Bad is like your favorite show then?
Yeah, Breaking Bad's amazing.
It is an amazing.
But it was also like the last good thing ever made, I think. It was like the last good piece of entertainment ever made.
I'm sure the fandom warriors will come for you for that one, but...
Oh, who cares?
Yeah.
You can't say this about the Mario movie and the Minecraft movie. You can't say that. And you can't say that. The Mario movie was actually really good. It was really good, okay? I'm 36 years old. I went to go see it. I'm 36 years old. I'm a 40-year-old man, and I love Mario Brothers, and I love Minecraft.
I actually know some people that are genuinely like that. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm a grown man. I love video games.
Okay, yeah, what's going on?
You were talking about how YouTube is kind of a shit show along with the rest of social media. So on that same note, how do you perceive yourself as a content creator, or content creators in general? Do you think there's like good content creators, bad content creators? Is there such thing as a good video? Or is there such thing as a bad video? Or is it just all the same thing?
The concept of a YouTube video like literally means like the opposite of quality. So like, yeah.
So it's just all shit, like all of it.
Yeah, I don't like anything on YouTube. I don't watch any actual YouTubers. I don't care about any of this. I mean, I respect YouTube. I respect a lot of YouTubers. I respect it as like a game. You know, it's like a business. It's more like a business. It's not really like art. It's business. It's just all business. It's a grift. It's just all grifting.
So you would say the exact same thing about the stuff you make. It's just all part of the business.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Okay. They're like high speed, like attention grabbing videos with like flashy visuals, and they talk about the same things that everybody like wants to hear about. Weed, vapes and weed, high school vape weed story. High school. That's what I was talking about in my comments video. I was saying that like I one time said, do you think would you like it if I made a video about me getting my driver's license? Do you think people would actually want to watch that? And like people like misinterpreted that as like, oh, like he's fresh out of high school. He probably doesn't have any actual interesting stories besides high school videos. I'm just like, no, that's not what I was saying. I was saying that was the only kind of videos that people want to watch. Yeah. That's what people want to watch. They want to watch high in school videos. They want to watch first time smoking weed videos. That's what they want to watch.
So you see YouTube like purely as just like hustling the game. Like that's it. There's not really
Yeah,
like, an
that's
artistic
how all
aspect to it.
YouTubers think more or less. They're not really artists. Like
Okay.
any YouTuber, like I'm sure there's like a vague exceptions, even though like even YouTubers who can consider themselves artists are like pseudo artists. Like none of them are like good. Then
Okay.
none of them are actually like good. None of them actually are, except for like a very 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 few examples. But like no YouTube animators are good. No YouTubers are good. None of that is good.
Well, okay. Well, now I'm curious. What are those? Who are those few examples?
If I had to think at the top of my head, I'd probably say like Hot Diggity Demon was like. I think he was like the greatest like internet animator ever. He was like the greatest
Really?
YouTube animator ever, like
Okay.
ever. Because like what he actually could do that other YouTubers couldn't do was tell a story, especially like YouTube animators.
Yeah.
Like he could tell a story, like an actual story, and he actually like his like knowledge of like entertainment, like was like farther back than like 2000. Like like everybody's like inspired by things that came out in the last 10 years and nothing else. They like have no idea of like what came out before 2000. That goes for like music, that goes for like movies, that goes for like TV, that goes for culture, and that goes for how people acted. People don't understand how people acted before 2000. They don't understand any of this.
So it seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that you have like a pretty solid like hate boner for like modern art.
Yeah, well, modern everything really.
Okay, fair enough. So what?
But
would
I
you...
don't like think of it in like a negative, like, oh, I hate the world and everything, because I'm just like, I'm so lucky to be one of the winners. So like I don't really I mean, it's still like I still don't like the world I live in. I think it's like really garbage and everything. But I'm just saying that like I don't like the world I live in, but it's just like, I don't have anything to like be internalized sad, to be internalized hatred about it. I don't have any internalized hatred about it at all.
Yeah.
And I'm not really like depressed or anything like that, so
we'd hope not. What would you consider good art then? Like modernly speaking, if someone were to create something, what would be good art?
I mean, I don't know, you got to be more specific, I guess.
From what you're telling me, it seems like movies are garbage, YouTube is garbage.
Yeah, they are. It's because of the people making them. It's because of the people making all of that stuff.
Okay, so then let's touch on that. Like, what exactly are they doing wrong that's making it so it's not really good or not really considered artistic anymore? And what
I don't know. I
could them
think honestly it's probably social media and the internet or something, because social media flattens everybody's personalities.
Mm-hmm.
It like flattens people's personalities. Like when people find a niche, like it's a really really complicated question, but like it's like people's like niches and stuff.
Yeah.
Like people like when people find a niche on the internet, then they they gravitate towards a community of that niche, and then they slowly like turn into the other people that are part of the community, so they all just flatten into the same person or something like that. I think that has a lot to do with it. Like a lot of people just don't have unique experiences anymore or unique ideas. They're not very creative.
Just a lack of
there's
individuality in general, right?
Yeah, of course, 100%. But among a billion other things, this isn't really like a question that can be solved. It's like a like a giant question when it comes to like everything.
Yeah, fair enough. I've noticed recently, because I've done a bit of digging on YouTube about like just cancel culture and stuff in general. A guy I always see pop up commentating on these type of topics, and you probably know his name, Moist Critical. He always seems to have, like, in my opinion, the most generic, most commonly accepted takes, but it brings in millions of views and subscribers to him, so it definitely seems to work. Do you think like he genuinely believes in the stuff he says, or is he just once again playing to the game, like playing to the business of YouTube?
I think it's kind of a mix of both, but I think like Moist Critical like is kind of just like he just happened to be that kind of person who just like like agrees with the status quo of everything.
So he is just that type of person that would agree with
everyone. Yeah, honestly, like I don't hate Moist Critical at all, because
sure.
he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how rich Moist Critical is? Do you know how much money he makes off his videos? He's a millionaire.
Probably too much.
And that's a million times better than whatever like people that like have a like people are right about him like being bland and he doesn't like really add anything to the conversation and all that stuff. But like he like still is like he has something that like all of those people don't have, which is success.
Interesting. So your definition of success is highly tied to money, or what?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. 100%.
Is money like the defining factor of success, or do you think there's more to it, or just all about the
money?
It
kind of is. With money you can do whatever you want.
Really? Okay. That's nice to know. So I guess one thing that I'm just personally curious about now is because it seems that you're not really a fan of like modern movies, like
no.
YouTube.
Not really
or,
modern
like,
anything.
Yeah, modern anything. So
Yeah.
I think that's like a cornerstone of what makes up most of the average person's day. Their engagement with modern art or social media or YouTube.
Really, it's just consumerism. You should stop calling it art. It's just consumerism.
Sure, yeah. So if you're not engaging with that, what do you do in your free time then?
Basically just like this. Like literally just this.
Just making YouTube videos?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, making money. building things.
Better than
building
most
things,
people could say.
being productive.
Hell
being
yeah.
a productive person.
So, do you think being productive is purely about making money, or do you think it's important to be productive in other aspects of life? And what would those be, if you have any?
Yeah, sure, but like, I think money is the #1 priority for everybody.
Yeah, for sure, definitely.
Like, there's also like, there's probably a lot of people like me. There's probably a lot of people like me who wouldn't do what I'm doing because it's like, how can you like make storytime animations? I can never allow myself to do that. I'm just like, yeah, no, have fun making your independent art films that will get 5 views. And then when you're 30 years old, you will still have $0 in your bank account. Because, that's happened a million times. That's happened a million times to like artists, to like actual artists. That's happened a million times where like, they're like say, well, I'm just going to make what I want to make. And like, I don't care about the money. And then they're 35 years old and they still like live with their parents.
Okay. Is it okay if I like pose like a little counter argument to like what you're saying here?
Yeah, sure.
I think a lot of people would try to argue with you by saying that like, oh, but even if I'm not making money, these things I'm doing, I'm feeling like personally fulfilled. I'm feeling like personally happy doing these things.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. What do you have to say towards people that will say stuff like that?
You won't feel personally fulfilled when you're 35 years old and are like still like struggling to pay your bills. You will not feel personally fulfilled.
Well, I guess they
like I don't know this. Like, could you like imagine that actually? Like, because I've heard that argument before. Like,
Yeah,
can
for
you
sure.
imagine that? Can you imagine that actually? Can you imagine somebody like actually thinking that? Like, you're 35 years old. Like, like how old are you actually? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh yeah, you're 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like, can you imagine when you're 35 years old, still having to pay like your electricity bill and working by the paycheck and all that stuff? Can you imagine all of that? You really think some independent indie films that get 4 views that probably aren't even good to begin with? You really think that's gonna like change anything?
Shit, I guess when you put it like that, not really.
Yeah, no, of course not. Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. Not in a million years. And that's just like one thing that like everybody believes. I'm gonna go to art college. I'm gonna spend $200,000 on an art college. I'm gonna be in student debt for the rest of my life.
Jesus Christ.
Like, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
all of that
totally
garbage.
fair. I think
I'm gonna go to art college. I'm gonna do all my student films, and then I'm gonna get a job in animation.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna get a job in art. I'm gonna get a job in movies.
Yeah, all that stuff, all that garbage.
Wow, that is truly something.
Mhm.
I think we're running up towards the end of the interview now, but I'm sure
Yes.
with the very uncontroversial statements you've said throughout this whole thing, people are gonna have some certain thoughts, whether it's in the comments on your channel, this video, whatever it is. Do you have like anything you want to say to them right now?
Hey guys, I'm just playing a character. I'm just playing a character.
Well, you heard it here.
All
Wow.
YouTubers are the same person, like in disguise. We're all the exact same person. No, that's actually true, though. That's like 100% true. That's not even like a joke. Like, they're all the exact same person. Like, every single one of them is the exact same person, including me!
Yeah. And there you go. That's lodaluk for you, everyone.